So what I was saying was, first of all, if we're looking at a deeper chart, like a 15-minute chart, we know round numbers. We've had roll reversal here. That roll reversal several times. This was a shorting zone. It held, came back up, and did a top. Looks like a wrecking ball trade. Comes down, but overnight in thin volume. Comes back, it double bottoms in through here. We push back, and I'd said be very careful thinking short today, that there are a lot of traders who, are probably looking the wrong way, because a regression trade is actually going to come back in and do the retests. So this area right here that's been a previous resistance, it was support till broken. It got broke yesterday, so now we come down and open up the bottom. And now we have a roll reversal where, okay, based on yesterday's range, this obviously should now become a theoretical fighting zone and theoretically resistance. First time back. Doesn't have to hold all day, but this is where we said conservative traders don't short down there. Wait for the pop and take it. And if you're a true trader, you will play into that with the long side trade. The caveat being obviously that, it's a news trade. So at the very least, you don't do any damage. You wait and say, fine, if I get the conservative short, I'll take it. And I realize I may not get as much as I'd like, but I may be able to get something because this is the roll reversal. And this is part of trading, is understanding these relationships. And I contend that that's the art of trading. So now this is reversed again. It's roll for now. So anybody that took this trade back in, obviously we're looking for the retest of the breakout back here. And can it get more than that? Who knows? Nobody. But we do know that that's the art of trading, is catching pieces of these moves and understanding where they're likely to stall. That's why we look for contra trades. If you are a conservative trader and don't want exposure to news, say, fine, I'm going to let it pop and I'm going to play the pop. It's going to go one way or the other and I'm going to fade it. And this was the likely test to come back here and then obviously come back and retest our breakout area, the overnight high. So if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, this looks a little bit sloppy here, but we already knew, the area that we expected it to retest from that breakdown. And if you look at a little deeper chart, like a 10 or a 15, we can easily see that those players, if they use this kind of a system, are saying, all right, that's not a bad place to hit it, and see if we can't get ourselves on the scoreboard. You look at a little bit deeper chart, the 15, right there. This is your angel right here. And we said today 94 was the theoretical angel. And by the chart we showed that 93 to 92 should be pretty good support. So already we're ahead of the game just by understanding the nature of the beast. This guy right here is our demon. Okay, the low of that's 98.25. So these two are going to do battle. All right. Can't do this any better. This was our original support. It's turned into resistance to come back and do some range trading. That's why I leave some of these lines on here to see, why. So when I come in the morning, I can say, okay, if we get a retest, this is probably going to be a high odds, retest, and then want to think scalping backwards. So I said early today, we can still scalp morning after trend day. We can still come back and scalp, but don't think of it as, it has to go and take out the low. Could, but doesn't have to. So this is where obviously you got to manage trailers, and this is where the fighting area you said is going to be. This was the flip zone. Our magnet's still here, same as yesterday. Magnet's still right there, right? 96. So anybody that's taken a 4, 5, 6 trade, you should expect to get back into the 96 to 95, and anything beyond here, you're gravy. Great trade. And looking at the 30-minute chart over here, could be some resistance right now. Both sides have money, and that's usually a good thing. So if you wanted the short today, this was a better opportunity to short than trying to short the lows. And these longer-term averages will help to show us a better balance area, better shorting zones than just relying on the faster ones. Okay, yesterday's low, remember where that was. Okay, we've got to break that all over again to have any more south side penetration. It's a nice trade. Oh, I hope you guys got it. And given a choice, a conservative trader will take this trade every time over this one. Even though there was more points in this, there was less risk. Because this is going with yesterday's trend. It was a regression trade back into, a hoped for resistance zone first time back. And you did not have the risk of news. The news had already started to come in, and we give it a few minutes to let it play out, and then we get the trade that comes back in. That's rhythm trading. That's sequence trading. That's what we do. Come back to the NQ, what we had talked about earlier. Still inside this box in here, this pennant. And we're right back where we want to be. Okay, it's 20 after 10. My suggestion, take profits. If you got into the 96, 95, 75 zone there, take some profits. A good likelihood this is still a battlefield. But, what you don't want to do is get a nice solid trade and then, give half of it back because you're being looking for too much. This was a breakout here, and we retested that. And on bounces, if you want to give it one more shot, fine. But usually, if we can get a good solid trade and stall back here, you want to hit a couple bounces, fine. But both sides, really have defended their turf well today. And now the battle will really begin as the day develops. So this is the idea of the IB, getting something out of the IB, and then choosing where you want to battle, if at all, the rest of the day.